Alright, so today we're going to look at graphing systems of linear inequalities. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to stick your notes right in the middle of your page like this. You're going to do examples on the left and the right hand side. So go ahead and copy down the title, Solving Systems of Linear Inequalities by Graphing. Go ahead and copy this down. Alright, so x is less than -2. What does that mean? You go to the x-axis and you go to -2. So x-axis, -2. So it's somewhere around here. Then is it a horizontal or a vertical line? Well, it is a vertical line because what we're saying is that everywhere here, x is equal to -2. All right, the other thing I need to know is that if it's open or closed. What's this? Open. So open, vertical line at -2. So open means it is this. And you're just doing a sketch because you just need a rough idea what's going to happen. All right, so that's your first line. Your second line is going to be y is less than or equal to 6. Is that open or closed? That's closed. So you're going to write closed. All right. Draw your little sketch thing. So that's x, y. Y is less than or equal to 6. So 6 is over here. Closed is going to be a straight line. Is it horizontal or vertical? It's horizontal because what you're saying is that every value of x, y is equal to 6. Every value of x, doesn't matter, y is equal to 6. Right, so I've gone ahead and sketched my lines, whether it's open or closed. I did 1 and 2. Then it says, remember, x is less than -2 because the small part is first. The big part is the open part. So this is saying x is less than -2, pointing to the ground. If it's big, it means the open part is next to the variable. So y is bigger than 5, and it's pointing to the sky. All right, so once you need to remember those two things, color in figure 1 and figure 2 in different colors. So figure 1, let's do figure 1. We've got x, and then we've got what's right next to it. Is it small or big? It's small, so it's smaller. So it's smaller than -2. Give me numbers that are smaller than -2. -3, -4, -5, basically the left-hand side. So that's the side that you're coloring in. On the next one, you're going to take a different color, and now you're coloring in y is, now again, what's right next to it? It's small, right? So y is smaller than 6. So numbers that are smaller than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, -1, -2, so forth. So now you take a different color and you color numbers that are smaller than 6. All right, so I did that. Then it says step 4, transfer figure 1 and figure 2 to figure 3, lines and color. So basically right underneath that, so this was figure 2, I'm sorry. So right underneath that, figure 3. And you're just transferring what you already have here and here to here. So I have a dotted line over here in -2. And remember, it's just a sketch, so it doesn't matter. So I color that in. Then I have a closed one at 6. And again, it's just a sketch. It doesn't really matter. You just need a rough idea. And you're supposed to shade in underneath it with a different color. So I've done that. I've transferred it on step 4. And number 5, where the color intersect or overlap is where you see the two colors is your answer. So where they overlap or where you see the two colors, that's your answer. So we're going to actually add another step, which is make a figure 4 to actually quickly just sketch what that part is. So I have a horizontal line at 6, a dotted line at -2. And where do you see both colors? I see red only, red only, red only. I see red and pencil, and over here I see pencil only. So the place I see both colors is the bottom left, this little box here. So this is the little part that's actually supposed to be shaded. This is my answer. And so we're going to do example after example pretty much until you get this. So I'm doing it differently in my book because I don't have my book with me, but you're going to do the exact same thing. So kind of make it fit however it needs to fit. So this is one example. All right, so example 1. All right, so example 2. All right, let's say, so again, whatever the question is, sketch line 1 on your paper. That's figure 1. So that's going to be figure 1. And then we need figure 2, which is the second line. And then we need figure 3. So just go ahead and sketch all that. And then you need figure 4, which will be your final answer. Question. Let's say we had y is bigger than 1. And y is less than 4x minus 6. So these are my two questions, okay? All right, so sketch line 1 on your paper. Is it open or closed? So let's answer that first. Is it open or closed? It's open. Is this open or closed? It's open. So what does open mean? Dotted lines wherever you're drawing them. Okay, perfect. All right, so sketch line 1, sketch line 2. Okay. Sketch in line 1. Y is bigger than 1. So this is Y. So you go to the Y axis. This is the Y axis. You go to 1. And is it a horizontal or vertical line? Well, it's horizontal. Open, that means it's dotted. And it doesn't have to be straight. You need just a rough sketch. Because remember, no matter what the X value is, Y is always 1. No matter what the X value is, Y is always 1. All right, this one. Oh, so we have a y-intercept. What's a y-intercept? -6. And again, this is just a sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect. So -6. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right 1. So again, doesn't really matter. You just need a rough idea of where it is. And it's open, so that means it's a dotted line. So once you have the 2 points, obviously connect them. All right, so that's that. You need to remember all this information. You're going to color in figure 1 and 2 in different colors. Y is bigger, right, because this is the closest part to the variable. So Y is bigger than 1. So give me values that are bigger than 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. So really what we're saying is it's up here. So shade it in. All right, now with this one, it's saying Y is what? What's closest to it? Smaller. Now remember, in our previous lesson, what do we say smaller is? Smaller is pointing to the ground. So let's see if hopefully we can get this graph. It's a little bit harder sometimes for you to see where the ground is. So remember, we're trying to make this line horizontal. The fastest way to make this horizontal is to do this. It'll take a really long time for me to go all the way around this way to make it horizontal. That makes no sense. So it's whichever the fastest way to make it horizontal is. So if I make it horizontal like this, the question is, which one is pointing to the ground? Down here, right? All right, so now you're going to take down here and move the line back up. So I'm going to keep waving my pencil so that you can see. I'm going to move the line back up to where it is. Where should I be shading? To the right or to the left? All right, so obviously to the right. So that's what I needed to shade. So you take a different color and you shade it. All right, so now I've got my 2 shadings. So then it says transfer figure 1 and 2 into figure 3, lines and color. So basically we're just moving this and this into the same one. So this first one was a what kind of line? Dotted. And then it was shaded on top. This one was a dotted line at -6-ish. Dotted. And that was shaded on this side. So shade this side. Okay, so now the question is where the colors intersect. In other words, where they overlap, where you see both colors is your answer. So the question is, where is your answer? So I'm going to draw my 2 lines again, little dotted lines. Where do you see both colors, both the pencil and the red? So you see red, red, red only, pencil, 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 pencil only. Only over here on this little part you see pencil and red. So the final answer is really this. Okay. And that's pretty much all it is over and over. As a matter of fact, let's do it this way. If you have space right here, kind of put this page in the middle so that you're going to stick it here in the middle so that we can do 4 examples. So let's take a look at 2 other examples and then you should be good to go. All right, so example 3. So again, what do you need? 4 graphs, right? 4 sketches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first one. So let's say the question was, y is less than x minus 3 and y is greater than 10x minus 3. So the first one for the first one, the second for the second, third one together, fourth one final answer. All right, so sketch line 1 on your paper. So let's sketch this one. All right, what's the slope here when there's nothing here? There's an invisible 1/1. Okay, let's talk about open and closed. So this one is open. This one is closed. Just the line, right? Open or closed. All right, so what's the y-intercept? -3. So somewhere down here, that's -3. What are you going to do? Go up 1, right 1. And then what kind of line is it? Dotted, because it's open. Remember, it's just a rough sketch, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to know where to put the colors because you can do the perfection on the actual question. All right, on this second line, what's the y-intercept on that one? -3 as well. So -3 somewhere there. And with this, what's the slope? You can put an invisible 1 underneath. We're going to go 10 up, right 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right 1. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. You just need the 2 points, right? And is it open or closed? Closed. So that means it's just a straight line. All right. So once you've drawn the 2 lines, you need to ask yourself these questions here. All right, is it small, big, or big, small? So which one is it? So looking at this, that is small. So it's less than. So I'm looking for less than. So remember, small is pointing to the ground, right? So we have to see what is pointing to the ground. But first, we're going to make it horizontal. Which way is the fastest way to get my hand horizontal? Should I go this way? Or should I go this way? All right, so yeah, we are supposed to go this way. Once you're like this, now you need to ask yourself the ground. Where's the ground? Is it up here or is it down here? All right, so it's down here. So this is the ground. So you keep the ground the same. Put your hand back where it was supposed to be, where the line is. And which side are you shading? Are you shading this side or this side? Exactly. So we're shading this. So now it's shaded. All right, coming to this question here. Again, closest to the variable, it's open, right? Or big. It's really, really big, right? So it's supposed to be going to the sky because it's big. Going to the sky is really, really big. So again, before we go to the sky, we need to make sure we can do our line. What's the fastest way to get my line horizontal so I can know where I'm going? Do I go like this? Or do I go like this? Okay, well, that one is pretty tough to tell, but it is shorter because it's more on this side. It's more on the right. It's shorter to go like that. So I'm going like this. Then I'm asking myself, where am I supposed to be coloring? The sky or the ground? The sky, because this is big, right? So I'm coloring up here. Now I put my hand back the way it should be. So this is my graph and I keep my color there. And so which side am I coloring? So I'm coloring the left-hand side. So with a different color, then you color that. And that's pretty much the hard part because after that, you just put in the graphs together. So let's put the graphs together. There's a horizontal one doing this. And they're both going through the same number. But again, that's not really the more important thing. It's just the shading. But this one is flatter than this one, right? So this one is like steep like this. Okay, so the pointed one is shaded here. The really steep one is shaded to the left of the really steep one. All right, so once we've transferred our lines and color, where the colors intersect or overlap, where you see the 2 colors, that's your answer. So where do I see the 2 colors? Okay, I kind of overlapped it there, but this is a different question. But I see red, 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 pencil, pencil, pencil. Over here in this little section, that's where I see both of them. So if I put that on this graph, this little intersection is where I see both of them. Now I'm telling you, this seems really long, okay, but it's going to get you right 100% of the times. Don't shortcut it. Don't cheat. All right, one final example. All right, so again, 4 graphs. Y is greater than negative. All right, so open or closed? This one's open. This one is closed. All right, so sketch 1, is it open or closed? Sketch 2, is it open or closed? All right, so this one, y-intercept is 2, and then slope is down 4 over 1. So positive 2, so somewhere there. Down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Open, so now you're connecting those 2 lines with a dotted line. So again, it's just a sketch. Who cares if it's exact? I just need to know where to shade. This one is closed, so a solid line. And then what's the y-intercept? -3. And then what are we doing? Up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1. and close so it's a solid line. Okay. Once you have that, you're coloring it in, but you need to remember this information. Small is to the ground, big is pointing to the sky. Alright, so is this the closest thing to the variable is this, it's big, so it's pointing to the sky. But again, we need to ask what's the closest way to get to the ground. So this is my graph. Is it faster to go this way to get it horizontal, or is it faster to go this way? Okay, hopefully you're seeing that it's faster to go this way. So now my graph is this way, and it's supposed to be pointing to the sky, which means here's the sky, right? All right, now this is what it's pointing to. I'm going to move the graph back up to where it is. What side should I shade? The right-hand side. Different color for the second one. Closest thing to the Y is the small one, so it's pointing to the ground. So it's pointing to the ground. So again, fastest way to get to make it horizontal, is it this way or is it that way? All right, so it's closer to do it this way, and then we're pointing to the ground, right? So this is the ground. So now I put it back up, and this is the ground. So that means I am shading this side. All right, let's put our graphs together. So just draw this one. So it's a dotted line through 2, and then it's like a vertical line, not vertical, but slightly slanted through -3, and then put the shades. So this line was shaded this way, this one was shaded this way. All right, and then we're going to draw a final answer, but I need my 2 lines. So this one was like this one was like this, something like that. Then I just need to know where to shade. So again, I look for where I see both. Okay, so the intersection, where the 2 colors intersect, overlap, is where is your answer. So let's go to what that is. So that's pencil only, that's red only, that's pencil and red. So it's like between, so it's here and here. So this is a dotted line. And all you got to do is transfer your graph to wherever it is, and that's it. Okay, so your notes are going to look somewhat like this. I just did a rough sketch because I didn't have my book, but I'll do it in my book. So you should do it in your book. This goes in the middle, and that's it. So let's practice.